All the goth DJs and Twitch witches are hanging out on Thursday for the bad VHS rips, unblinking eyes, and fire by night. Thetans and Satans comes from an interest in the cult of Scientology, moral panics, Satanism, and how they set the tone for the extremist social media panics of today. We really earn our Weird Left Twitch badge with this show, watching the world go red light in reverse every Thursday at 9 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/echoplexmedia. Find our full schedule at echoplexmedia.com.
Shakes as the bass creates a space where your past is discarded. A pretty thing like you should never look so blue. Come on, the night's just started. 150 people in this house, but if you follow me, I'll get you the best seats. 150 people in this house.
That's right. It's you, it's me, and it's whoever else is listening. Welcome to Local Love. It's Tuesday night, and if you're listening live, thank you very much. If you are listening to the podcast, thank you as well. But if you don't mind just just clicking over, sharing it with somebody, anybody, send it to your boss. You might get a promotion or you might get fired. But yeah, welcome to Local Love. My name is Chip DeVille, and we do this every single Tuesday night. And if you're new to the show, how we do it, you send in music. You, the artist, sends in the music. We play the music, not just on this show, but on our 24-hour stream, which you can find on echoplexmedia.com/radio. So it's a total labor of love. It's local, and that's why we call it Local Love. I am Chip DeVille. I am your host this evening, and tonight we have an artist in the building, Greg Tera. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. So let's see. So you are a singer-songwriter from out here in the Bay, right?
That's right.
Awesome, man. Yep. Go ahead and tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Well, all right. Singer-songwriter, like you said, Bay Area. I'm actually up in Santa Clara, San Jose line.
All right.
Originally from Jersey, kind of born and raised in Jersey, and California has become my, second home. So,
do you ever have to
San
bust out the
Francisco,
accent?
What's that?
You ever have to bust out the accent?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It might come out tonight, and then we'll see
Right
how close my mouth needs to get to the mic. But so the short story is I've spent the last 4 years basically between San Francisco and San Jose, and also Jersey because my family and everything's still back there.
Right on.
And I don't know how much detail you want. I mean, I could talk. So
well, what brought you to the Bay? Where you're just like, you know what? I hate fucking winter. Let's go to the West Coast, or like
shoveling snow through the winter is not fun.
That's one hell of a motivator, in my opinion.
It is a good motivator. I think what brought me out here was my friends. I have some friends that I met that live in San Francisco and down here in Santa Clara, and I used to travel out here quite a bit when I was living in Denver, not to throw another city in there.
Hey, it's all good.
I'm a traveling man. I'm a rambling man.
We like it.
But when I used to come out here, I used to do retreats up like in Sonoma County and up by the wine vineyards.
Okay.
And I just really fell in love with it and just kept coming back, basically.
That's awesome.
And then found myself living in San Francisco in 2015 and then again in 2020 during the Great Pause.
Oh yeah, I like that. I haven't heard that one yet.
The Great Pause.
Yeah, the Great Pause. That's on point.
I think it's better than saying the C word all the time.
Yeah,
kind of tired of hearing it.
I get it.
So 2020, I spent out here, and then I've been out here in Santa Clara for the last year.
That's great. Have you always been a musician? Like, did you kind of get into music later on down the line, or have you always kind of been?
Yeah. So the long story of that is, I mean, I've been playing music, singing, dancing, basically my whole life. But it was very, very much a hobby and very, very much something that you're doing when you're drunk. Kind of thing. When in 2004, I bought my first acoustic guitar on eBay for $19.99.
Not
a
bad.
Little plastic guitar. And I learned Time of Your Life by Green Day.
All right.
Because that was the only song that I wanted to play. So I taught myself the very simple chord progression. And that was the first song that I played on a guitar. So that's 2004. And then basically for the last, oh my God, what is that? Almost 20 years?
Mm-hmm, just about
18 years.
Yeah.
It's been a gradual progression to eventually doing open mics, to writing songs, and then finally having the guts to say, I'm a musician,
right on,
a singer-songwriter.
I mean, if you're getting paid to do it, I mean, technically, I'd say that kind of becomes like at least a part-time job.
Well, the paying part is pretty intermittent.
Hence, being a local musician.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean,
I feel you.
I spent, this is kind of a useful tidbit of information. I spent 15 years in the corporate world.
Okay.
So I graduated from college and was in the corporate world as a corporate executive. So I was doing the boardroom, the sales thing, making a lot of money, driving a nice car. I had a nice house in Jersey, and I ended up leaving all that in 2018. So basically 2018 is when I took the leap to go really commit and really, really focus on it.
I like that.
And write and really open up my heart to it. Yeah.
That's cool. Now, as far as like the things that you make and you produce, do you work with like other musicians at all? Like, do you have like a band that you like perform with, or do you like to just do the solo thing?
I seem to be doing solo. I've tried the band thing. In 2012, I was in a band for a brief moment in Denver, but I had a complete nervous breakdown collapse because I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And I'm just a solo kind of guy. Like, I dance solo. I'm a terrible partner dancer. So everything's just, it's always been solo. The music that I write comes out of me. I can't help it. I wish I could write different stuff. I mean, there's a lot of music that I listen to that I wish I could make, but that's not coming out of me. So I just kind of honor what's coming out of me, which has been solo, singer-songwriter, taking an emotion, expanding upon it, and linking up some words to it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, so it looks like I got a couple songs here. Let's go ahead and start with a bulldozer. You want to give this song a bit of an intro?
Yeah, let me intro it because it might be confusing because I'm talking about being a solo artist and then you're going to hear a whole band arrangement. So, so this song, first of all, was produced by Gabe Wolf. I cannot say enough of that about that guy. He's out of Los Angeles. He's a great artist himself, but he's also an incredible producer. So he laid down the drums, the bass that you're going to hear, and some of the backup vocals. This song I wrote in 2019.
Okay.
After I got back from a miracle trip to Hawaii, which we can get into later if you're interested in hearing about it. And the song itself it's very important to me. I finally recorded the thing late last year. We got it produced, and I just launched it out to Bandcamp and Spotify and everything July 8th.
Nice.
Here's how I would summarize the song. It's, if I could take what I've learned being a human being on this planet, it's the messages in the song. It's as clean and as sharp as an arrow as I can get the wisdom that I've learned being on the planet.
I like that.
It's kind of got an alternative rock feel to it. It's, I'm not to date myself, but I'm an 80s, 90s guy, so alternative rock is kind of in the blood.
It's kind of, yeah, I know, I get you there.
So it's me obviously singing and playing guitar, but there's a really, really beautiful band arrangement with it as well.
That's great. Well, hey, you're hearing it here first on Local Love. If you're listening live, share the stream. Local Love, echoplexmedia.com. This is Bulldozer by Tera.
From the time we are born, we are forced to conform to the dance of the normal. We get lost in a storm. We put up protection, it cuts off our connection. It's no good for the collective and no good for our perspective. And our hearts need a purification, a grand unification. 'Cause your heart is no place to put a wall. I said your heart is no place to put a wall. 'Cause your heart is where your blood pumps from. It takes care of all your vital organs. It ticks when you sleep, talks when you speak, beats when you breathe, and it bleeds when you eat. It ticks when you sleep, talks when you speak, beats when you breathe, and it bleeds when you weep. Ticks when you sleep, talks when you speak, beats when you breathe, and it bleeds when you weep. And your heart is no place to put a wall. I said your heart is no place to put a wall. Get that bulldozer, knock this wall over, turn over the soil, spread the new seed, give it water and sun, then rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Get that bulldozer, knock this wall over, turn over the soil, spread the new seed, give it water and sun, and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And your heart is no place to put a wall. I said your heart is no place to put a wall. From the time we are born, we are forced to conform to the dance of the norm, but we get lost in a storm. We put up protection, it cuts off our connection. It's no good for the collective and no good for our perspective. And our hearts need purification, a grand unification. 'Cause your heart is no place to put a wall. I said your heart is no place to put a wall. Get that bulldozer, knock this one over, turn over the soil, spread the new seed, give it water and sun, and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Get that bulldozer, knock this one over,
Bulldozer by our in-studio guest tonight, Tera. Do you prefer to go by just Tera, or do you want...
Well, the artist name is Tera, which happens to be my last name.
Okay.
I just broke it up for the sake of it looking artistic.
I get that.
You could call me Greg. You can call me Tera. It's totally up to you, brother.
Right
honestly.
on. Awesome.
I've been called worse.
Yeah. And another feeling. My name's Chip, so, you know.
I was wondering if your name was your
It
real
was
name,
just a
stage
nickname
name,
that I
'cause it's
got
a good...
when I was like 2. I got like the nickname Chip when I was like 2 or 3, and it just kind of stuck, and I just made the best of it.
And DeVille is your real?
That was always kind of a little nickname I gave myself, just
Okay.
because my last name is hard to pronounce or spell.
Right on.
Yeah, but it has a nice ring to it.
Well, Cadillac DeVille.
Yeah, I used to drive one until it caught on fire, but that's another story for another day.
I'd like to hear about that.
Oh man, so I really like that. You know, it definitely. I see what you mean
thank you.
by like having like the production behind it and everything like that. It's got a real good feel to it. And definitely I do like the positivity and the message behind the song.
It pushes people a little bit.
Yeah.
If you're not into heart opening stuff, it might kind of. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think there's an edge to the fluffy message, which is kind of what I'm about, I think.
Cool. Well, so let's see. So as far as like the whole process, because you said that it was kind of like a really interesting process working with a producer and like doing the whole studio thing. Like, what would you say was your biggest contrast between doing like that in studio recording versus like like just kind of doing the solo thing?
Yeah. The recording was done in my bedroom in my underpants.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Right
Everything
on.
was done remotely. So basically, he did all of the production from his studio in Los Angeles, and I did everything from my bedroom. And, but the record, like, I've been very, very, very focused on live performance for a really long time. That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
It's what I think I have potential to be good at. And when I was doing recording, I mean, that is a whole nother art form, as you know, as everybody I'm sure who's listening knows. But I was coming into it totally as a beginner recording artist, right? So how you sing on stage to 50 people that might be listening to you or 50 people that aren't listening to you versus you and you're speaking into a microphone, it's a completely different energy. It's a whole different world, you know? So, I mean, that song was 25 takes straight through. It's a straight through run, but it took me a long time. I'm being very honest with you. I'm not gonna make up and say like, oh yeah, it was one take and the whole thing.
I'm an expert.
Even though that song, even though I wrote that song in 19 and I've played it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, when it came to recording it, it was very important that thing got done properly.
That's cool.
And then trusting somebody else to hear what you're putting out. And I'm talking about Gabe, the producer now.
Yeah.
To hear it, understand what I'm trying to do, and then like a tattoo artist would take your idea and you're trusting them to get on your skin.
Good analogy. I like that.
He's doing his magic, So
like,
yeah.
Did you come to the producer with your just acoustic version and be like, here's what I'm working with, like how can we pump it up?
Basically, it was acoustic. It was me singing on the guitar, and then I said, I'd like to have. This is what I'd like it to kind of sound like. I want it to have drums. I need a bass. I want there to be something behind it, pushing it. When it's an acoustic, it's I pull it in. It's much more quieter, but I wanted something to really push out. And I wanted it to have a good feel. I wanted, even if you don't like the words, if you feel it, that's kind of what, because it came from an emotion. For me, it's an emotion. So I try to get all my emotions and put words with them, and that's how a song comes out.
Love that. Well, that's cool, man. Now, as far as like playing gigs and stuff like that, like, so you mentioned that you kind of got your start with doing open mics. Yeah. And I know as well as many artists too, open mics can be addicting. Like once you find your groove, like once you kind of know what you're doing, and you can kind of, I like the challenge of an open mic just because you never know what kind of audience you're going to be up against.
Absolutely.
But usually, like, if you can kind of win over an open mic audience, it's one of the best fucking feelings in the world, really.
I agree. Honestly, it's been hard to get gigs around here.
Yeah.
Like the
San
music
Jose's
that I
rough.
play,
Mhm.
singer-songwriter stuff,
Mhm.
you know, attention spans go. If there's a lot of alcohol in the room, usually people don't even hear what I'm saying anymore. When I was in Jersey, I was playing pretty regularly. When I was in San Francisco, I was part of a group called Local Vocals. There's
Okay.
another local reference, which basically they put us in all the boutique hotels, and we played circuits there. So I really got my chops doing that, and I got my chops in Jersey playing coffee shops and bars and restaurants and things like that. But here in San Jose and Santa Clara, I can't get a gig really to save my life. I do open mics as much as I possibly can. I play on the street. I even had my own open mic that I hosted a couple times. But to your point, I also love open mics. There are some positives and I think some drawbacks to them. I think you get, like you said, really comfortable doing them, and you kind of see the same people, and they don't really want to push themselves out. And I don't want to get caught up in that. I'm trying to push myself out of my comfort zone. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
By the way,
Hey.
because I've never done a podcast. I've never been a guest
Right on.
a radio program or a podcast.
Well, hey, we're glad.
So you're popping my radio cherry tonight.
right on.
Pop goes the weasel because the weasel go pop.
There we go.
So yeah, I'm trying to push myself out of my comfort zone. And if I'm going to the same open mics, it's kind of a cheap high for me. Like I really want to hurt a little bit. So it's going to be challenging tonight. I'm nervous to play for you all. I don't know you. It's kind of like getting intimate with a bunch of strangers, getting naked,
Well, I don't know. I would say think of this like a small bar, I mean, 'cause we're about to start drinking.
Yeah, no, that's great. And honestly, small is that's my thing. I love playing to small group. I'd be happy playing to 10 people if they're here.
Yeah.
That's just me. Because I have to change my style when I'm playing. Like if I'm in a bar and it's really loud, now I got to change my whole thing, and it just I do it, but it's not quite authentic, and I try to be authentic.
I can appreciate that. Right on. Well, let's talk artist bucket list type things.
Okay.
Let's just say that you had an opportunity to choose a band or an act that you would want to open for, something like that. What would you is there anything that ever kind of comes to mind, or you're just damn, that would be cool,
Well, do you know a guy named Dan Byrne? He's a folk singer-songwriter. He's been around since '97 out of LA, but he's been kind of all over California.
Mm-hmm.
He, I would love to open for him. He's a singer-songwriter, kind of like a Bob Dylan style.
Cool.
Super authentic. And Ani DeFranco.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, if we're fantasizing, sure. I love Ani DeFranco. And then in terms of bands or something like that, I don't know. I guess I never really thought about a band just because my style is so what it is that I don't see myself opening up for a band necessarily.
Yeah.
But I guess a gun to my head, Incubus.
Okay.
Would be cool. There's so many bands. I mean, I would literally rattle off a billion, and I'm blanking on most of them.
It's
at
all
the
good.
moment.
Sometimes that happens when you get put on the spot.
How about Henry Rollins?
Oh,
Could I
that'd be
open
cool.
for him doing
Yeah.
something? That would be fucking awesome.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
I just met him up in Oregon a couple months ago for his talking show. That was a life-changing moment.
Oh man, yeah, that guy's a pretty powerful dude. Actually,
He is. He is
I like
a
that.
powerhouse. And talking about a big heart, talking about an authentic human being. Holy shit.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and play a quick song by one of our artists here. We've got Kat Robichaux, and she has her band Kat Robichaux and the Darling Misfits. She does a show out of San Francisco called the Misfit Cabaret, and this is that theme song. We're gonna be right back with our guest Greg Sutera, and we got some live performances coming up for you soon, and some more music. Stay tuned.
Hey, Daddy-O, has light got you feeling low? has your story turned a dismal shade of gray? That's okay. Come with me, I'll take you far away. I think it's time for you to open up your mind and join us. Come and play at Misfit Cabaret. Come to the party, we promise not to bite, unless that's what you're into. And if you're not, that's fine. You'll find a whole new world of things to be accepting of, like how Geordie's quite the strumpet. Oh, but we're not here to judge. Put on your disco dress, you got admission thrift, and follow as we fashion a big trip from grift to grift. We're all from oppressive towns, they call us lost, but here we found a place where we can be ourselves, whatever that may be. And if you want to, we can do whatever you want to, just as long as you can pay the rent. Fuck, we'll burn through the city, no after party lodges. Zing back home when all our money's spent. But let's not think about that right now. Aren't you having fun? Oh, it's so, so shiny. Stay forever young. I'm invincible. Swallow back your tears. Cheers. I've never felt so free. Mine and Diamond, how are you? You know we hate to see you blue, but Grace is here to make you woo. She's quite the sparkly thing to view. And here's our doll Valley, our sister of the night, so fluid in her movement, oh, you have to tip her twice. And oh, my brother, have you seen this snarling girl? She's the closest with the mostest. No, this snibbling's not your pearl. Baby, two-faced and red suede, being poised, all the rage. You can join us down here if you've got some ghost to spare. And if it moves you, I'll take you backstage where we undo. If you'd like to peek behind the veil, you may be surprised what you see with your eyes. But what is life without stories to tell your mother? Aren't you having fun? Oh, it's stimulating. Drink that bottle down. Kaleidoscope. There's no sorrow here, dear. I've never felt so free. Hey, darling misfits, give it to me. And if you want to, we can do whatever you want to, just as long as you can pay the blessed rent. There may be no tomorrow, so what you saving it for? This flower's meant to bloom, so get your ass up out the door. We're all having quite the ball in a rocker's caterwaul. We'd love to have you come and play on our misfit cabaret.
God damn, I love Cat Robo showing the Darling Misfits. Man, we're here. It's a Tuesday night. We got Greg Sutera here with us. How you enjoying the show so far, man?
I'm having a great time. I got to be honest. I was nervous today.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I didn't know what to expect, and you know.
I mean, I
So
like to keep people guessing, but yeah,
it's good. I like it.
there's
You kept me guessing.
all right.
It's good to meet you. I've been listening to these podcasts. I've been listening to Local Love. I've been listening to you. So, like I was saying to Dave, it's weird hearing your voice because I'm hearing it on podcast. So now
Yeah.
it's cool.
I mean, I'm sorry if the face doesn't really match up with the voice. I always recommend not watching me on Twitch. If I could just, I can just put the camera on you, really.
It's all good. I'll take the camera.
But man, so as far as, let's see, I've got a few questions that I like to always ask artists.
Throw them out. I like to answer them.
Let's just say I had I just gave you $10,000, but you could only spend it on like gear.
On gear?
Gear. Like, would you get a guitar? Would you go like digital recording? Like, what would you?
No, this is going to be the most boring answer in the history of your podcast.
Bring it on.
I would probably do nothing. I would save it. I'm not a gear.
That's not an option.
Okay,
no, you can only spend it on. You can only spend it on musical.
What would
shit.
I buy with that?
Mm-hmm.
I would probably get myself a acoustic guitar that plugs in. You'll see the one that I got tonight, but just one that's nicer and bigger. I have a beautiful Taylor, but it's huge. I mean, it looks like I'm walking around with a stand-up bass. It's massive. So I would get a really, really beautiful acoustic guitar.
Nice.
That would be my concert, guitar. I'm not a shredder.
Yeah.
In fact, this might sound shocking, but I don't even consider myself to be a guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
The guitar is there walking along with me.
Okay.
And I don't mean, I really am not trying to sound like false humility or anything like that at all. I know guitar players.
Mm-hmm.
You know somebody that could play guitar. There's also people that can pick up a guitar and make sounds out of it and use it to the best of their ability. I kind of fall on that.
That's like
that
me
second
drunk
side.
at a party. I'm just like, I know 4 chords. Fuck yeah.
Exactly. Now, if you ask me if I had 10 grand to spend on records, that would be a whole different kind of question. But you're asking about.
Well, as far as like musical influences, like maybe like what's a musical influence that you would say kind of almost inspired you to like to pursue it?
To sing, Frank Sinatra. That's
no shit.
Italian music, absolutely,
Good
100%.
shit, man.
Growing up in Jersey, I'm 100% Italian. My family's from Sicily and Italy.
I was a total like music nerd even as a kid, and one year for Halloween I just dressed up in a suit, combed my hair, and went around door to door singing I was Frank Sinatra.
I love it.
For like I don't know, I got made fun of mercilessly, but like but I was worth it. It was worth it, man. Yeah, like I remember that Halloween, and I was probably first or second grade.
See, that's amazing. Like your first and second grade, and you were influenced by the music. I was the same thing. Like very, very young, that music rang true to me. And
plus the power of that big band behind him and everything
and
like
his
that.
voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So much power. And also vulnerability. Like he was a party guy, and he could be vulnerable with his voice. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Additionally, I would say Jim Morrison.
Okay.
From the Doors.
Cool.
Obviously, you know that. Huge fan as a kid. Like I'm thinking like back kid. And then the other memories are being with my mother in the station wagon going to ShopRite, which is an East Coast grocery store. And Phil Collins, Genesis.
Okay. So
you're
you're definite
Michael
80s,
Jackson.
baby.
Yeah, 80s for sure. But Frank Sinatra, Jim Morrison are the two vocalists that absolutely got me singing as a child. 100%, like, straight down. As far as like other kinds of musical influences, I was a really, really big Incubus fan, and I'm a really, really big Henry Rollins fan, and I'm a huge 90s alternative fan. So like the Gin Blossoms are, New Miserable Experience, that album, 92. Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder. I mean, all those things that's the music that I literally was going and growing up with and having feelings for girls during those times. So like those are the things that influence me now,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, let's see. I've got another track that's here by you. Let's see what we got here. Sorry about that. I'm having technical difficulties. There we go. I've got your other track that you sent in, Remember.
Okay.
You want to give us kind of a little like
this is
introduction
this is a soft one. So it's just another song that if I was dying tonight, that's what I would write, just to let everybody know what I learned while I'm here. It's kind of out there. Some people think it's a religious song. It's not. Some people think it's a suicide song. It's not. It's just about letting go and just remembering who you are.
I think we'll have to touch on that
slow,
more.
It's slow and very gentle.
Cool. Yeah, we'll touch on people's perceptions later. But this is Remember by our in-studio guest, Tera. Check him out. We'll be right back.
like something in me is falling away. It's not what I'm used to, nothing to cling to, and who I thought I was only a dream. And I was fearing the end was nearing. Well, if it is, then let it swallow me whole. No longer fighting for surviving. The love I have is an immortal flow. Have you ever noticed that inside all of us there's something bigger and brighter than gold? It starts in a heartbeat, runs from the crown to the feet, and washes over you like rainbows of the glow. And I was fearing the end was nearing. Well, if it is, then let it swallow me whole. No longer fighting for surviving. The love I have is an immortal flow. Life is fleeting, we will be leaving the body someday, so get on with the show. There's nothing holding it all from falling, so let it go and remember you are a soul. Remember you are a soul. Remember you are a soul. And I was fearing the end was nearing. Well, if it is, then let it swallow me whole. I'm no longer fighting for surviving. The love I have is an immortal flow. There's nothing holding it all from falling, so let it go and remember you are a soul. Remember you are a soul. Remember you are a soul. Remember you are a soul.
That was Remember by our in-studio guest, Greg Sutera. That was nice. I can see how like some people might think it's sad, or even, I guess, like, again, it's all in perception. Like, you know, but that kind of, I feel like how somebody perceives your song and your lyrics really reflects more on them than it does on you. You know, but man, no, that was nice. Like it was kind of one of those, like, you know, if it all ends, I'm okay with it. No, like, that's how I perceived it. You know,
that's beautiful, man.
You know, like I kind of like I saw it as just more of like, hey, I'm pretty satisfied. You know, like like I don't know.
I like
but,
that. No, I'm feeling what you're saying. That's exactly right.
So I mean, I don't know, but again, it's like all perception. Like I'm sure if I was feeling sad, I could be like, this is my song of defeat.
Well, that's
you know,
that's
like,
the vulnerable thing about putting your art out into the world is
Definitely.
that people are, you know, people are they're gonna tell you what they think, and they may love it,
Mhm.
they may hate it, but it's still their opinion.
Yeah.
Even
Well, I mean,
if they love it, it's their opinion.
I mean, you mentioned that you were a fan of the Doors, and like
That's
some,
right.
it's like so many of his songs, so many of Jim Morrison's like poetry and work, you know, has been perceived by so many different ways by so many
Right,
different people.
right,
I mean,
And
that-
him, right, as
yeah.
a person. It's just
so I mean
a
that
lot of
goes
judgment.
for just music in general. So
so true.
kudos to you for doing that.
Thanks, brother.
Did you got any like projects in the works? Like, are you kind of always in like that creative?
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. It's always. I'm writing all the time. Starts with emotion.
Mhm.
The emotion leads to some kind of progression on the chords,
Cool.
and then sometimes the words come, or sometimes the words are written before, and I'm going through notebooks and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, that needs to get pulled in here. So it's really, I've got let me answer your specific question. I have a couple things in the works right now in terms of new songs. I have 2 new songs that I'm working out right now.
Cool.
It's expensive to produce the music the way that I want.
Yeah.
And the ironic thing is that as a full-time artist and musician and not doing the full-time high-paying world like I used to, there's a gap in the funding, but it does allow me to have the space to create the stuff. And then when the money comes, I can then actually get it onto vinyl, get it out into the world like I did with Bulldozer.
So with that track, with Remember, was that like one that you self-recorded, or like did you take just the stems and send it over to somebody, or how'd you get that one done?
Thanks for asking, because I meant to mention that. Gabe Wolf mixed and mastered it.
Nice.
But it's not a produced song. It's just me and singing into a microphone again in my underpants in my bedroom. Sorry about
Gotta do it where you're most comfortable, right?
You know what? You got it, man. In fact, I was going to wear my underpants tonight, but
that's on you.
Being the first time probably wouldn't have gone well. No, but I was in the room and he just mixed and mastered it, and it was kind of a 1 or 2 take. I had just written the song like maybe a couple weeks before. I played it a couple times. I just wanted to get something out. It was my first single. Like, cool. I just was like, I got to get something out. Let's just get this out. Let's learn from it. Let's see what it feels like to be vulnerable in that way. And it worked out.
Well, how did it feel at first? Like, because
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Like once
for me.
What about like
personally,
after you put it out and like you started to kind of like see like, people like listening or people playing or you got new follows?
Yeah.
Like as it grows.
Bulldozer had more with that than Remember, because I kind of promoted Bulldozer a little bit more than Remember. Remember is just you just heard the song. For me, it's a very, very personal song. So I when I put it out, it was like, okay, well, that's out there. It's kind of like letting people read your journal or something,
I get that.
Once people heard it, and I have some people that really do love it, that feels good to know that it's being received in that way, and it offers me the opportunity to do more and to keep reaching inside.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. Now, when you're recording, are you playing and singing at the same time, or do you like sing separate and you play separate?
Very good questions. It really depends. I try to do a little bit of everything, but what seems to be working best right now is that I kind of separate things out, because when I sing, I really want to sing. Like the Bulldozer, I was able to lay down the guitar and then wrap the mic up and really sing that song.
Okay.
And if I really want to sing a song well, it would be great to not have the guitar. That being said, Remember was guitar and singing. So it seems to work both ways. And when I'm doing hard rock, which you asked me about projects a couple questions ago, I have a hard rock project that I'm working on as well.
Nice.
There's a few songs on Band Mix. They're not produced. It's just some hard stuff that I wrote. And again, it's separate. Guitars laid down so that I can sing, Sometimes it just, that feels like the right thing to do. It feels like that's the way I can get the arrow shot the way that I want, if that makes sense.
I get that.
Yeah.
Well, you think you're ready to do some live performance?
Absolutely, man.
Cool. We got people tuned in. I'm pretty stoked about this. I'm going to go ahead and play a song that we just recently received exclusively from Sweet Haya. This is Can't Get Comfortable. This is their new single. Listen to it, enjoy it, and stay tuned because we got more of Tera when we get back.
Let's not try to be less inspired when we cannot sleep. Oh, I can't get comfortable. I see it. Oh, I can't get comfortable. I see it. If my skin color hurts your eyes, then won't you please look away? If my curls rub you the wrong way, then I urge you to look at yourself. No, I ain't got the time to educate you now. No, I ain't got the time, 'cause I've spent my life living your life. Oh, I can't get comfortable. I see it. Oh, I can't get comfortable. I see it. Oh, I can't get comfortable.
That was NVS with Moral Wart. And right before that was Sweet Haya with Can't Get Comfortable. If you're just joining us, we've got Greg Tera here in the studio with us, and he's going to be doing a live performance for us. So, without any further ado, how you feeling, buddy? You ready?
I'm good. I had the wrong bag. I had my granola bar bag, but I needed my pick bag.
Oh,
so that the granola bar doesn't work well as a pick.
I would defy you to try to play guitar with a granola bar.
I've tried. Doesn't work. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've tried batteries.
All right. So, if you are tuning in live, now would be a great time to share the stream. And if you're listening to the podcast, it's still a great time to share the podcast. But this is Greg Tera on Local Love. Peanut Gallery, let's give him a round of applause.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. And thank you. All right, well, this is the first song here. Just do a little introduction song. This is called Going All the Way.
I've never been able to stay in the line, so recently I decided to no longer try. A little bit sloppy and grumpy in the morning, too much of anything can put me on the floor. I prefer reclusivity over social tasks, and any time spent on worrying about my past. I'd rather be spontaneous than follow a set plan. Tell me what to do and you just might feel my wrath. Far away from perfect, it's where I like to live. The older I get, the less fucks I have to give. The less fucks I have to give. The less fucks I have to give.
I don't get to say that line very much.
I'm going my own way, blazing a new trail. Sometimes it looks like I'm coming off the rails, but I'm no longer settling for being just okay. No, this time is different, 'cause I'm going all the way. Yes, I'm going all the way. Yes, I'm going all the way.
Thank you. Keep rolling? Yeah. All right. Well, that was, like I said, that one.
We like that whole less fucks to give part. That was great.
I see that you like that. Yeah. I appreciate that, because usually I have to, if it's an open mic and there's some kids, I try to be respectful.
Gotta like say fart or something.
I say
instead.
damn.
Oh,
Less
okay.
dams
The
I
less
have
dams.
to give, which isn't as fun.
You beaver.
You know what I mean? This song here is called Diamonds of Gold.
We've been fighting, competing, and now we're bleeding. Our dreams are receding. Oh, what silly agreements last for good reason. Oh, please plug up your bullshit secretions. Coming out at the cave, it's time to thrive. I know you'll be when I've arrived. Into your eyes, your heart will fill with love thoroughly distilled. I'll slay the dragons hitched to your wagon. I sacrifice what I think I know, so everybody's hearts can grow. I'll do the heavy lifting so you can keep on resting. Keep healing the wounds of what they done down to you. Before I drop this form, I brave the storm for humans to transform. I say it again. Before I drop this form, I brave the storm for humans to transform. I say it again. Before I drop this form, I brave the storm for humans to transform. Our weary hearts of coal to radiant diamonds of gold. To radiant diamonds of gold. To radiant diamonds of gold.
Thank you. Welcome. How you guys doing?
Got some more special guests joining us in the Peanut Gallery.
Right on.
Hope you don't mind.
I don't at all.
All right.
Thank you so much.
For those of you guys just tuning in, we've got Greg Tera here with us.
This is a new song I was telling you about. A couple new songs. I'm gonna give this a whirl tonight. It's not quite complete, but it's complete enough.
I love that.
No more beefs, it's all love. No enemies, it's all love. Finally at peace, it's all love. Let me repeat, it's all love. I got no more beefs, it's all love. No enemies, it's all love. Cried so much grief, it's all love. Can't deny it, the fire. When I ignited, the tire turned too excited, and all can come out of hiding. Stand up and all be united. Been wasting time on fighting and buying bullshit that's trying to drag me down from flying. And with these words I'm dying to clear out the stains in line. Lead us all out of denial. Record these words on vinyl. These rhymes to serve a triumph. The end of all the tyrants. West Coast to the New York Islands. Round the world in a million miles. And the verdict from the trial that the truth is truth. The truth is truth. And that's final. See, I got no more beefs, it's all love. No enemies, it's all love. I cried so much grief, it's all love. Now I'm at peace, it's all love. I got no more beefs, it's all love. No enemies, it's all love. I cried so much grief, it's all love. It's oh, love. Well, I'm not perfect, but trying. And every day I've been grinding, trying to clear out my mind, get my body more grounded. I feel reborn and revived. I see the world with new eyes. Only beauty, no lies. My soul fixing to rise. There's still time, we can make it. It's your life you created, so keep your head down, keep playing it until we rise up and claim it. Until we rise up and claim it. Until we rise up and claim it. See, I got no more beefs, it's all love. No enemies, it's all love. I'm finally at peace, it's all love. Let me repeat, it's all love. I got no more beefs, it's all love. No enemies, it's all love. Cried so much grief, it's all love. It's all love.
Dude, the chat room is loving this. You've got a fan in Australia now.
That's cool.
And
Thank
man,
you so much for listening.
that was
Appreciate it.
That was great. I love
Thank
the
you.
whole message there.
Thank you, brother.
That's cool, man. It's better to just go the peaceful route than
Well,
like
there was
get-
a lot of violence for you get to the peace when
Yeah.
you go through some shit.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
I've been through some shit, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got another one for
I
us?
do.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
I'd love to hear it. Let's do it. If you're just tuning in, this is Greg Sutera. Check him out.
thank you guys so much for listening out there. And here. This is another new one here. Here we go.
Lately I discovered I'm still riddled with fear. Despite my best effort, the demons are still near. My heart's been bleeding for so long. My soul's been screaming something's wrong. I exorcise the demon from below. But every now and then one will get a hold. So I get up and fight, but not for a side. No, I get up and fight for love. There've been times when I was so afraid, like one foot dangling in my grave. But I get up and fight, but not for a sign, no. I get up and fight for love. Early morning hours, the smell of shadows' breath, a wretched brew of exile condenses on my chest. It holds me at my shoulders, pins me at my knees. I forget who I am and how to breathe. But I get up and fight but not for a sign, no. 'Cause now is the time for love. 'Cause I get up and fight, yeah, but not for a sign. 'Cause now is the time for love. For love. For love. I get up and fight, but not for a sign, no. 'Cause now is the time for love.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, let's see. I mean, the chat's loving it. The peanut gallery's loving it. Let's do another, man.
All right, we'll keep them rocking. I'm just gonna take a quick sip of tea.
Hey, absolutely. And while he is drinking tea, you make sure that you share the stream for echoplexmedia.com. You can share the Twitch stream. You can share the podcast. You can go to our website and find everything that you want to find. You can buy a t-shirt. You can buy a beer glass. You can buy all sorts of stuff. There's a whole lot of ways you can support echoplexmedia.com. And if you like this music and any of the other music you hear on the show, you can always find it on our 24-hour stream at echoplexmedia.com/radio or eplex.xyz. How you feeling, man? You ready?
Absolutely. This one here, well, you could probably start to see a theme with my music. So this one here is called Feet to Fire. It goes like this.
Go ahead, try to hold me down. You will find it's futile. It's the way that I am wired, peeling back my disguise. Gazing into my own eyes, all my fears come back to life. Suddenly I'm back behind the bars, but the whole time the door's left open wide. So go ahead, try to hold me down. You will find it's quite futile. 'Cause I've been held with feet to fire, and somehow I survive. Crumbles down, the light breaks through a single crack, reveals to me I'm on a mission with a purpose that is clear. clear. I've got a lot to do before I disappear. So go ahead and try to hold me down. You will find it's quite futile. 'Cause I've been held with feet to fire, and somehow I survive. Somehow I survive. Somehow I survive. Woo.
That was really good, dude.
Thanks, brother.
Man, you got a really nice voice, dude.
Oh, thank you.
I gotta say, you've got a really good voice.
Thank you.
Vote Sue Tera for the Bard of the Apocalypse.
I don't know what that means, but that sounds good.
Well, yeah, you got one more for us? Then
I
I'll
do
go
have
ahead and
one
give you a
more,
little
actually.
break.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
What was it that I was gonna play? Oh yeah, just kind of kick it up just a little bit because I do just to show I do have some variety. There is a little bit of darkness in here. Yeah, gonna go intimate tonight. This one called Feel Your Pain.
I said you run from yourself to anyone else to get away from your pain. I said you run from yourself to anyone else to get away from your pain. But the pain you flee like a wave at sea rolls back to shore. You're afraid of what you feel. It's time to be brave and face those fears. When the silence comes, you turn and run, but it sits there waiting for you now. When the silence comes, you turn and run, but it sits there waiting for you, yeah. Of course you do, it's what they taught you. There were no examples for you. There were no examples for you. Of course you do, it's what they taught you. There were no examples for you. There were no examples for you. No, 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 no. You got to feel your pain to know your pain. You got to feel your pain to know your pain. You got to feel your pain, feel your pain. You got to feel your pain to know your pain. When the silence comes, you turn and run, but it sits there waiting for you. When the silence comes, comes, he'll turn and run, but it sits there waiting for you, yeah. You got to feel your pain to know your pain. You got to feel your pain to know your pain.
Yeah. Man.
Thank you.
Well, that's our in-studio guest, Greg Sutera.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and be talking to him some more in just a minute. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and play some Melted State. This is Love Ain't Gonna Take It. And stay tuned. We'll be right back.
A man stares down his woman, wondering what to say. She lie there with her hair a mess, no room for escape. She says to him, "Oh, Tori, won't you look what you've done? The night is young, our fires burn. Let's make some mistakes. It's okay, it's okay." Yeah. And I said, love ain't gonna take it. Love ain't gonna take it no more. No more, no more, no more. Said love ain't gonna take it. Love ain't gonna take it no more. No more, no more, no more. Days go by, no words been said. They've come to a break. And finally he calls her, never been so afraid. He says to her, "Oh, darling, won't you see I'm in love?" She warns him with these simple words, "Mean what you say. Better mean what you say."
What you say?
Yeah. And I said, love ain't gonna take it. Love ain't gonna take it no more. No more, no more, no more. Said love ain't gonna take it. Love ain't gonna take it no more. No more, no more, no more. Love ain't gonna, love ain't gonna take it no more. Take it no more. Love ain't gonna, love ain't gonna take it no more. Take it no more. I said love ain't gonna take it. Love ain't gonna take it no more. No more, no more, no more. Said love ain't gonna take it. Love ain't gonna take it no more. No more, no more, no more. Said love ain't gonna take it. Love ain't gonna take it no more. No more, no more, no more. Said love ain't gonna take it. Love ain't gonna take it no more. No more, no more, no more.
That was Melted State with Love Ain't Gonna Take It. And before that, we had an in-studio performance by the one, the only, Sutera. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. It was really fun. Thank you for
Dude.
listening. Yeah.
Man, so, okay, let me, my first question, like,
Now I'm all relaxed. So
oh, yeah? now that you got, like, all the...
what is it? Oxytocin?
Oh, yeah.
Not oxycodone. The oxytocin, the serotonin's
Why, you got some?
keeping
No, I'm
me
just
chill
kidding.
right now. But anyway, yeah.
Dude, so, okay, first of all, your voice. I'm, like, not joking. Your voice is great.
Thank you.
Where'd you get it? Yeah.
In 1970, a woman and a man met at a bowling alley. my parent, known as my parent. No, thank you so much. Thank you.
I mean,
Thank
it just, I don't know. It was sometimes the recorded product sounds better than the live singer.
Yes, that's
you
correct.
know, I've been to plenty of concerts where I've kind of seen that, and you didn't seem to have that problem at all. Like, yeah, you're gonna be really happy with hearing this
Thank
after.
you.
So I hope you share the podcast. with all your friends.
I will. Yes.
But yeah, no, man. I mean, like, your voice is great, and I dug the style. Like,
Thank you.
typically, like, that's not usually like my go-to style of music that I would even listen to. I could totally picture myself just chilling, relaxing, maybe going on a hike and just popping in my headphones, and dude, like, it was a vibe, and I dug it. So
Thank you very much, man.
It was really cool.
I really do appreciate that.
how'd you guys feel back there, huh? Yeah. All right. Crowd approves.
Thank you. Yeah.
We got you like a nice little half
It's
dozen
so nice
audience
to
here.
play to ears, and like I said, I mean, small rooms are great because people are listening, and yeah. But no, it was that was really fun. I really had fun doing that.
Now, you had mentioned that you do have a whole lot of songs.
Yeah.
So, like, I
Quite
guess,
a few.
how long have you been
Writing?
putting them all together and like for performance pieces and things like that?
I wrote my first song in 2016, and then
Okay.
I wrote my second song in 2019, and then every song since then. So basically the last 19, 20, 21, 22. I wrote a lot of songs in 2020.
Cool.
You know, there wasn't much going on. And I had a lot of emotions, and I had a lot of things that I was going through. I mean, the world was going through it,
yeah, yeah.
but I'm
definitely.
saying I was going through some stuff, and so 2016 was the first song. It was just like a little melody that came into my head, and then Hawaii. When I went to Hawaii, I mentioned this earlier.
Mhm.
So this is kind of an interesting thing. So I left my career in 2018, which sounds
Mhm.
very dramatic. It was an incredible 15 years. But I was going on a 2-week vacation to California at that time. But by a series of unprecedented miracles, I ended up in Hawaii, and I ended up staying there for like 4 months. And I lived on a farm in the jungle, in a cabin with no walls and no bathroom and no water. And it changed my entire life. So when I came back to Jersey, which is where I was living at the time, I was living in this big, beautiful house. And that's what changed and what got me really writing. I mean, because it changed my perspective on
being
who I
taken out
was
of
and
your
what I'm doing.
environment and like experiencing something,
Yeah,
like
just
complete different. Yeah, I get that.
hitchhiking into town to get water, up with the sun, down with the sun, catching rainwater, hunting pigs, learning about farming. I mean, I'm a city dude from New York, just outside of New York City. I'm from Jersey.
Yeah.
And that I never did any of that stuff, So that's really what changed me as a person inside, and then all of the writing just started.
You just
happening.
answered like one of the questions I was actually going to ask you. So,
Okay,
because no, it's perfect, because you had mentioned before, you're like, I'm from like, I came from corporate, like I worked in sales, I did all sorts of stuff, and I mean, clearly there's been a pretty big transition from the corporate life to like now, like, kind of being an artist, and you definitely seem
major.
a lot more. I don't know. I feel I know a bunch of people in that corporate lifestyle, and you seem a lot more grounded than a lot of those dudes, so I get that. That's cool, man. That's I don't know. I like hearing those sorts of stories where, I mean, somebody kind of just changes their path and follows their passions. So you found yourself in the right place for that, man.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, it was very difficult to do. It is still difficult. I gave up everything. I mean, I sold my house, everything. I had a really nice car. And I also had a lot shorter hair, and just everything. I mean, just everything changed. I don't know. Just it all changed.
So back in those times, did you do music at all as a hobby, or like kind of like toy
when-
with it at all? Or?
Yeah, I mean, so in 2012, I got vocal lessons because I was going out and starting to do karaoke. This is like my big thing. Like I was going out, and Wednesday nights I would do karaoke, and that's when I really started to sing in front of people.
Mhm.
Was there karaoke?
What's your go-to karaoke song?
It was always Sinatra. It was always, Fly Me to the Moon,
Cool.
or what's the other one? Luck Be a Lady was always my go-to.
Great.
And I would do a whole number with it.
Nice.
I mean, I really got into it. And
We're gonna have to hang out at a karaoke bar sometime.
hell yeah. And get a little tequila in me, then no telling what happens.
Game on.
Oh yeah. Challenge.
Echoplex Media will be hosting a karaoke night coming soon.
But that's when I started to perform live. But I got a vocal coach because my goal with her was I just want to feel comfortable singing in front of people.
That's cool.
I don't want to be great. I don't need to be great. Just get me a couple of, this is me talking to my teacher, give me a couple things so I can, and that's when it started, 2012.
Yeah.
And then 2015, I did my first open mic to the bartender and the audio guy because I was the last one at midnight on this night. And yeah. And that was in 2015. And then I didn't do anything related for years because it scared the dickens out of me, that one open mic. So it's taken years to kind of get comfortable and trust myself up there and trust that if I relax, stuff happens.
Well, we got a question from the chat. What, as far as your songs go, what would you say is one of your favorites to perform?
One of my songs? My favorite to perform would probably have to be actually, to be honest with you, those two new songs that I said they're new, they're kind of my favorite songs to play right now. I mean, I know that sounds like, well, they're a new song, so you like playing it, but there's something about those songs that, like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to play that song. And I don't usually have that.
Yeah.
But in addition to that Feet to Fire song that I played, which I'm not trying to step on my own toe. It was fine, but I know I could do it better. But that song,
shout out to myself.
We like shameless self promotion here. Don't feel
cool.
humble. It's cool.
Good. That's probably one of my favorite songs to play.
That's great.
There's a ton of emotion in that song. I wrote that song with, like, while I was crying and, like, just in heat, just so I like revisiting that emotion.
For sure. Do you find yourself more in, like, that creative space when you're kind of in a place of hurt, or would you say that, like, when you're in a place of happiness, or is it just it just hits when it hits?
I've found for me that sometimes the inspiration comes knocking, but most of the time, all I have to do is create the space, and then something will come. So if I'm very, very disciplined. I'm not gonna. I'm a disciplined nerd when it comes to different things, and working on and logging everything and recording everything and just making sure that I know what I'm working on and I can go back and look. I mean, this is all the corporate stuff that I'm using as a musician now, like this, just being organized.
Skills can be transferable across so many different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude.
I think I'm getting off topic with the original question though. I want to kind of bring it back.
As far as
No. I felt like I was getting off topic. I want to.
Now I'm trying to remember my question. Goddamn weed. I'm blaming weed for my shortcomings. Fuck.
You're asking me about writing songs.
Yeah.
Does it just come or whatever?
Yeah. Like
sometimes I'm walking down the street and a word pop. Yeah, a line's come into my head.
So like
sometimes a melody pops into my head. Sometimes that happens when I've set up the time to do it. Sometimes lyrics come and then a year later the music comes. Sometimes when I write something, I think it's already, like the Bulldozer song. When I wrote it and I started playing it, I'm like, oh, somebody must have written this already. I don't know if anyone's ever had that. Like, it feels like this is already a song,
especially when it comes to you just like so naturally. Yeah,
I'm like, wait a minute, I must have heard this somewhere. So if anybody knows, if anybody's heard that song before, let me know.
I've heard other artists say similar things though. When a song just kind of comes to you, Well,
so it's both. It comes knocking, but I find that if I can make space, it knows it's like, okay, from 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock, he's really there. Sometimes the songs will come for a visit,
That's awesome. Well, hey, we do got to start wrapping up the show.
Sure.
We're still going to stay live. So if you're tuning in live, you can stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and play one more song and read us out. But where can everybody find you?
Well, I somehow have managed to get myself on all the social media platforms.
Mhm.
So Instagram, Facebook, I am Tera, but it's complicated.
I know there's like
It's a terrible
there's a
name.
multiple number of underscores.
Oh, I know.
So
that was by design. Anyway, it's SU __ TERA.
All right.
Tera. And that's the Instagram. And then on Spotify and Bandcamp, it's Sue-Tera
All right.
to further complicate the matter. Unfortunately, my last name, which I used to be the only Tera in town. Now there's pillows named Tera. There's
There's
like
a DJ in the
bathtub
UK.
company
When I was
now
trying
that
to search for you, I found a DJ in
there's
the
a
UK.
DJ Tera, and
Yeah.
so I'm like, oh no! Like 2 years ago, I could have just had my last name, but so I had to complicate it. I'll probably end up going to my full name at some point, but that's where you can find me for now.
Right on.
Sue-Tera, and I really appreciate anybody and everybody that's listening, and I appreciate you, Chip, for putting this on
Definitely,
and
man.
for your questions and your presence, and I appreciate it.
Thanks, dude. Well, definitely make sure that you check them out, and you make sure that you keep as you keep belting out those recordings, you send them our way so we can put them up on our stream.
It's awesome.
We definitely love to have you back. This
I'd love to
has
come back, yeah.
this has been another amazing episode of Local Love from the new studio. My name is Chip DeVille. That was Greg Tera. Want to give a shout out to producer Dave for making all this possible, and media wench Ashley for helping all the behind the scenes magic that happens here. Stay tuned for Red Light. If you are live and if you're on the podcast, think about tuning in live sometime. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and play a song that I made, the Technicolor Nightcap, because it's going to be my birthday soon, and fuck it, I want to play a song that I made. But yeah, we'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you for listening to Local Love.
If you like what we're doing at Echoplex and aren't into Twitch, please join our Patreon at patreon.com/Echoplex. For $5, you can get every show from beginning to end sent to you as an MP3, even the stuff we bleep out because it's too spicy for Twitch. Echoplex would not be where we are today if it wasn't for the community support we receive. Find out all the ways you can support the show at echoplexmedia.com/support.